Well, YouTube, um, it's this Saturday. I'm fixing to post a video. I know I posted many videos, and some of you guys are pretty happy of that. Um, but anyway, today's video is probably going to be a good one. It's very informative. What I'm going to show you is these trees up here, some compromised trees. It's what I call wind shake or wind shook. Whenever I'm talking about them, I just say, you know, these are wind shook trees, which is they're garbage trees. Um, but I'm fell them in hopes that I could cut D-logs out of them with a bandsaw mill. Um, the sawmill said it wasn't worth their time, and that it's more complicated than I think. But they're using a circle sawmill, and I'm thinking with a bandsaw mill I can kind of be more precise. I got a plan anyway, and it's going to save me $30,000-$40,000 in logs if it works out, which I think it's going to be okay. You'll see some of these logs. You'll see what I'm talking about, wind shook, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say compromise, and you'll understand when I say all these things react different because every tree is a totally different scenario. They're all different, and the wind shake, it's pretty much when the heart of the wood gets busted, and a lot of times, in some circumstances, it extends out it'll extend all the way out into the sapwood, look like a star or just almost like like a. Have you guys seen a tree get chinking before? Like whenever they start opening up, splitting. That's kind of what it is, but it's just like a scar. It's not a big open gap. But a lot of times the heartwood will be broke completely out in the circumference of the heart, or it'll go with the rings, like the rings will be splitting out. But then a lot of times and I call it wind shook, it'll be like like splits. You know what I'm talking about, like a star. Um, I don't know what the technical term is for it, but that's what I call it, is wind shook. So if anybody knows the technical term, um, that'd be, you can let us all know, because I don't know what the technical term is for it. That's just what I've always called it. That's what because that's really most time the scenario that creates it. So now other stuff creates it too. Like when the rings start blowing out. Because a lot of times the ring will blow out. That's usually from like ice storm damage. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, well, it all happens. A lot of it's from frost, like when they're young too. So if anybody wants to look that up or find that information, that'd be great. Or if you just know what it's really called. Um, but anyway, um, I've not been feeling good. Today's been very, very rough. I've had a lot of trouble today. I've been. It's been a rough day. But I got out there and I wanted to show you guys this because I think it'll help. I think it'll help. Look, it's not. I don't want to prove my point, um, but I think it's gonna help you guys see why I did what I did. It's gonna help you guys see that you have to cut things when you have something that's dangerous and compromised. Because I knew the whole scenario, I knew the situation, I knew what was going to happen. Um, so when you have very limited options, you have to really weigh the very, very best options. Whenever it's really hard leaners and this whole scenario, so you'll see whenever you see the trees, whenever you see the heartwood, whenever you see the whole situation, you're going to realize that the whole scenario, the way I cut these trees was the very best option. That's all I'm saying. So watch and enjoy, and hopefully I'm gonna heal up and get back to work soon. Because we have tons of jobs and I have tons of stuff I can show you guys. Not that I know everything. A lot of stuff that I do is um, when it comes to tree work, I make a lot of my own stuff. Like a lot of my rigging gear, I make a lot of that stuff because I've used the stuff. I've used the other stuff, and I bought new friction savers and stuff. And I really didn't care for them because I pre. Boy, it's gonna be a long video too, but this has nothing to do with the Heartwood. But anyway, I'll get into a video of like how I make my gear and why I do, because it does help. I don't like to untie and tie my stuff. I like to make sure the knots are set. I always recheck my knots. But whenever I use the D-rings, those D-rings, the way I tied them, you've seen in the video, I can just slip my carabiner and everything through there. Cause I keep them tied all the time. I don't untie them. That way, instead of having to run it through the friction slaver and tie it, all I gotta do is just, cause I don't ever throw a line. I don't ever, throw my friction saver up, or I don't set a line or anything like that. I always spur up the tree and usually take out what stuff I can as I go up. You know what I'm talking about? So it's really convenient, saves time. By the time I get up there and get my rope set, the boys done got everything cleaned up as I went up it, where I could take out that don't need to be rigged out or roped out. So I'll just spur up and clean it up as I go, and that way it's less stuff that's gonna be in my way. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, once like 6 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Really, it's gonna clear up a lot of stuff, and hopefully it's gonna help a lot of people to see what dangers are there if you've ever entered into a situation when you're having to cut in an area where there's been past damages that you know of. So there you go. Be safe, guys. Yeah, all this was destroyed with that ice storm. See all this mess in here. You can see right in there in that little hole. You can see right here, you see all these pine logs. See all this, guys? These are pretty good sized pine logs right here. See all this? You see this brush? You guys didn't really notice it when we walked up here because you can't see, because it's all, that brush is all grown up. But all this all the way down, just tons and tons, literally tons, hundreds of tons of pine, 1,000 trees. Well, we cut out this whole road out where it fell in that ice storm. I need to get you some pictures of that ice storm. But everything here was compromised. The hearts was broke out of it, all of it, just about. Or it was, it split and it healed. See right here, log. See it where that pole there, where it come over. And this is where I cut. Where it goes from hardwood into the pine there, because they're just about 3 acres on each side of the road here. Is just all this pine. The rest of it's hardwood. There's just a little spot right here, and it's all stunted. All this stuff is stunted. This stuff has been here since I was a little boy, and I cut a lot of it a couple years ago. Well, several years ago, whenever I was in my 20s, early 20s. They fence posts like this right here. Them fence posts was going for $2.40 a piece. I come through there and cut tons of them. But I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know how to show you with a GoPro, so I'll just see if I can find one. Find something where you see right here, like how this is the one I was banging over. Oh, here's, let's see. This one right here is standing up there nice and pretty for it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, you see all the where it had been split. You see what I'm talking about now? I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get my phone out, guys. That way I can make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool actually. Yeah, you see right here where all this stuff's splitting out. It's kind of a little bit delayed, but this stuff's been healing for about 5 years now. It's been growing for about 5 years. You can see where all of it's been compromised, guys.
You see what I'm talking about. See, it's all what we call wind shook, where the heart is just broke. So you can't really rely on that.
Alright guys, you can see here perfect examples of what we call wind shook or shake. You see how the heart split. A lot of times it extends all the way out. You'll see in these other trees. A lot of times it extends all the way out in the sapwood. And a lot of times it's broke like this with the circumference of the tree. So sometimes the heart will just pull all the way out. You know, just big round plugs like that. So these got this. You know, this some very good examples of it if you've never seen it before. So hope everybody enjoys.
So look at this one. This one over here. So we'll see over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, you see? Oh, see, I'm looking at my phone now, so I'm kind of messing up by looking at my phone. You see how it's all been busted and compromised there? And we've had, like I said, we have had 5 years of growing, so you can see how it had leaning this way. This is the one that this side just split out a little bit, but you can see. I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys. It's just I mean, you didn't have very many options. You can't depend on that heartwood to hold or any of that. So you have to use the sapwood. Little hound dog. See if I can find some more here. Oh, let's see. I can't get down there where you can see that one. But we looked at this one, we looked at that one. There's just a few more in here, not many. See if we can find another stump. Oh, here's a good stump. Looks like it's up there where we can see it. Well, I'll have to take my, see, well, here's the tree that fell down. There's a little pine there. Maybe I'll get a D-log out of it, but maybe not. Here's another one, some more pine. Oh, you see what I'm talking about? See how it goes up there and the tops just broke out of them? Oh, let's look at here and see what this one says. Look at the stump. I mean, you can see a lot of scar here, scar there, here. Let's look what the... You see what I'm talking about? See how it was kind of pretty much busted and split, but I think it's gonna still make pretty decent logs, or D-logs, because you see how it's bowed. I think cutting into D-logs, I can cut a lot of that out. You know what I'm saying? Like use this as my top, as my live edge, and then cut this crook out and cut that crook out, and I think I can just cut it in half, because that's probably 18 inches. This was the exact discussion I had with the sawmill. He said it's nearly impossible to cut full-length D-logs with wind-shook timber. So I decided to do the 8-foot. See what I'm talking about right here? All the way up here, and it's busted right here. All the way split over here. It's just compromised, Big Al. And I'm telling you, I'd cut tons of it in here. So, I mean, there's a purpose behind everything I did. I didn't trust it, is what. I mean, if there's doubt, guys, if there's doubt like that, because if you don't really know, I mean, if you know kind of, because I know the situation, I knew that it had potential to be dangerous. But all this is plumb full of pine. Right, well, see, I didn't even see that until I just walked up on it. See that? It's plumb full of pine logs. You can't really see them, but it's there. See what I'm talking about? I know you guys can see that. Focus. See that, guys? You see how all this stuff is kind of leaning and been twisted, and well, it's a nice day to be out here walking. You know, it's a little bit rainy and wet, but it ain't too bad. Then when you get up here where my boy is cutting, it's kind of where it was all stunted. I mean, it's compromised still, but it was smaller, and it didn't have the lean like that did. Everything I did was really leaning towards power lines and was a lot bigger. Well, you see right here, look at that. And this is, I'm telling you, this is plumb full of pine. You guys, I just showed you like 5 spots. I mean, I'm telling you, there's 1,000 trees right down this road, all the way down it. Let me walk, sit right here. You see this log? See that? And it's all in here. All the way down. Boom. See right there? See them broke out? Okay, well, let's just walk back here in the woods. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll just walk back here and you'll see. If I can get back in here. Well, here's a tree right. Here's a not big log right here. You see? It was cut off right here. See how it was leaned over right into them power lines? It was out without power for weeks. Almost a month. See all this stuff down? These pines are down. Down. And what I was hoping to do, maybe some of these pines that are down I could probably use, but maybe not. Everywhere. See all these pines down? See how they're leaning and tied up? And all this stuff belongs to me, but some of it I just don't have to build a road through all this stuff to get to one or two trees. So hopefully you understand what I'm talking about now. See, all this stuff is, see how I pulled it over? It was devastating, guys. But where it's a lot of the stuff thinned out and fell over, a lot of this stuff is starting to grow pretty good. Because a lot of this stuff, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff was stunted. This stuff had been growing for years and it wasn't really growing that good. A lot of it was stunted stuff. So some of the younger stuff, you know, it's kind of come on a little bit. Come on, Doug. Yeah, I wouldn't lie to nobody for nothing, guys. Especially for a daggone YouTube channel, because let me tell you something. There's nothing in this world this YouTube channel can give me that I don't already have. But it can take a lot of stuff I have away. Like